Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Oh, man, we had a great first segment, guys.
We have first segment.
Had a first segment. How about we talk about some football?
All right. Well, we can talk about more music. That was fun.
That was fun. I kind of like that. You know, we ought to have let's get a music show when the season's over with.
How about a music guest? You know, kind of like the Tonight Show. Or,
Yeah,
you know.
that'd be cool. Cool.
Yeah, you know what was good rap? Houdini.
It was. I love Houdini, man. Hey, that was good stuff, man. Don't get me started.
Yep.
Anyway, guys, football. Speaking of Houdini. Big segue. But listen, I want to talk about my upset pick for this week.
Mm-hmm.
The very first pick Skinner and I called on our video there. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes, sir.
I had a feeling they were going to lose. It's funny how things change from week to week. In this season where there was no preseason, there were no mini camps, and you don't know who's who actually. The teams are finding themselves. Teams who we thought looked horrible the first game of the season, like Cleveland, boom. 4-game winning streak now. Teams who we thought were invincible and best team in football, like Baltimore, gets spanked by the Kansas City Chiefs. And then, of course, we thought the Chiefs were all that great, and then they lose today. But the upset that I called first was the Buccaneers losing to the Chicago Bears, which I had a feeling about that because of the defense. And I know if you can rattle Brady, he's a different kind of a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to talk about my picks. I made some mistakes over the past few weeks with a couple of games that I thought would be close. But I said, no, like the Cleveland-Dallas game. No, I picked Cleveland at first. And I said, no, I think Dallas might pull it off because they're at home. I had to realize there is no home field advantage this year. Slight one.
There are teams,
But not like it.
Not like there
yes.
are teams that'll let 6,000, 12,000. I think Dallas had.
Dallas
had
actually has the
20-something.
largest amount of fans of any that they allow in.
Yeah.
Now Miami technically does, but they're not.
But it's
they're
nothing
not,
like
but
this,
they're not
like
doing it.
normal.
It's not like normal.
Yeah, nothing like
No.
normal.
No.
So anyway, with that being said, Brady being ridiculed because he's on camera holding up fingers. He didn't know what down it was.
Mm-hmm.
He pulled a J.R. Smith.
Right. For the Cavaliers, yeah.
How bad is this going to affect you?
It's almost like us here not knowing what segment it is or what time it is when we start shooting this thing. It feels like midnight right now.
You're
But
right.
but you're right. I mean, and rumor had it. Now, who knows if it's true or not?
Mm-hmm.
Rumor had it. He did look confused.
He looked a
You're
little
right.
confused,
So
yeah.
you're right. At the very least, he had to look confused for camera, maybe.
Okay,
But a rumor had it he was yelling at people.
let me help you out right now. Oh, he was cussing people out.
Oh,
But let me tell you right now, before the rumors even start, Brady's not old. Brady's not discombobulated. Brady was getting his brains knocked in by Khalil Mack and those boys, man.
Yeah.
They were tearing him up.
He took some hits that he wasn't used to taking. He looked like a Giselle in the headlights.
Headlights. Wow.
You've been holding that
Wow.
one the whole script.
I just-
Wow.
Top of my
That
eye.
was
Jeez.
awesome, man.
Have some more coffee.
Yeah, really.
It's-
What other upset we had today, Fish?
Well, by the way, just one more thing about the Bears, by the way. So Nick Foles,
Not Bears.
at least keeping them, not losing the game. Nick Foles,
Yeah.
put them in there, then so looking
You guys
like
think
he's
he
going to
played
be the
better than
starter the
Trubisky?
rest of the year, huh?
Think he played better than Trubisky?
Well, they're not losing.
Well, he's 1-1.
1-1. No.
Trubisky was 3-0.
What do you mean? Is it? They brought him into. He won his as a. Maybe I'm wrong. He came in and win that one game. They brought him in. In the fourth quarter, he threw 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter
All right.
to win that game.
Okay.
Did they lose with him?
Yeah,
as a
they
starter?
were, yeah.
Oh, then I'm okay.
So.
Well, whatever.
Okay, well, we'll look that up. Be sure. Who cares?
Yeah, Indy beat Chicago last week.
Oh, Christ, I can't
Oh,
find
Indy
it.
beats. That's right. That's
Indy-
right. Philip
Indy beat
Rivers
them.
beat them last week.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. Yeah.
All right, so maybe he's not that good.
That's
All right, so next.
Okay, Skinner.
Next.
Raiders Chiefs. Chiefs. Are you
Speaking of
surprised?
somebody who isn't that good.
No, I'm not surprised.
I'm not
I
either.
called that on our predictions.
Okay,
That-
division rival,
The
man.
division rival.
That was one. I actually had the Raiders in that one.
Yeah, I picked the
I think I
Raiders.
rolled with you
That's
on
my
that one.
upset.
You
for the-
did. That was the first one you agreed with.
Now,
me.
see,
Okay.
you guys gotta stop doing that because every time I pick something like that out, like out of the blue, thinking I might be able to get a couple up on us for the ongoing.
For the year.
I know, right?
For
Trying to get a
yearly
leg up,
tally.
man. It's hard. It's hard. It's
It is,
hard.
especially
just-
when we don't know who each other's picking. Like if we were sitting around here doing it around the round table, it's one thing. But when we do these separate ones, you have no idea what's what until it already goes.
Now, this is going to be interesting. What I love looking at is the power rankings. And you can see different ones. The NFL Network has their own. ESPN has theirs. Those are the two I look at mainly. And
Pro Football
CBS
Talk
Sport,
has
yes.
theirs, yeah.
This is going to be interesting how the power rankings, because they're all different. They all have their own different opinion. ESPN will normally this year they've been different, but normally they would just go by record. Okay, so like if you're, say, the world champs and you're undefeated, you are number one automatically, so somebody beats you. The NFL Network would go by the eye test, so you can be 3-1, like the Ravens, but they'll have you ahead of 4-0 Steelers. So interesting to see now.
That's not
Pittsburgh.
surprising.
Shut up, Pittsburgh.
So how would we do? We should do ours by like the smell test.
You know what? We should do a power rankings.
We should.
We don't
Each
want to do a
week.
smell test with you.
You heard it right here on the show.
Well, I think we're already in order from best to worst.
I wasn't the one.
It just
farting.
worked. It just worked out.
I wasn't the one making noises over here. So anyway,
Anyway, what else you got?
what else you got?
No, but Derek
So-
Carr had a great. Back to Randy.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I want to see what
Carr had a great game today.
It was funny. Mahomes
40
and
points.
Carr.
He had to have done something.
Mahomes and Carr had almost an identical,
Yeah,
stat record here.
22 out of 31 for Carr, 347 yards, 3 TD.
And yeah, it is
One
amazing.
interception. Mahomes at 22 out of 43.
One
was
pick.
Throwing to get
Yeah, one pick for both
two
of them.
TDs and 340 yards.
Yeah, you can't beat that. That's pretty close to being
Yeah.
the same right there. So
Yeah, but
Carr.
if I told you, beginning of the season, Carr and Mahomes are right on par with each other, you'd think I was nuts.
Not for this game.
I'm just saying in general. If I said, okay, statistically, Carr's going to be as good as Mahomes, you'd be like, no, there's absolutely no way.
Well, who said that? This is just one game.
But they're head to head too, so I mean, it's kind of cool the way it all played out.
yeah, but
especially
you got to
since-
watch that kind of stuff. You realize something. Carr don't play Mahomes. Carr plays this Kansas City defense,
True.
and vice versa. So, take that with a grain of salt.
And like you said, I picked Vegas without a hesitation. I think it's because of the Pats game last week. I don't know if we talked about it on the show last week,
We didn't. Thank you for bringing it up.
but the Pats, to me, exposed the defense of Kansas
And
City.
I want a mulligan.
You want them all again?
No,
I
you
know.
ain't getting
Listen,
no mulligan.
I said the Pats will beat the Chiefs, but Cam Newton didn't play. I want a do-over. That didn't count against my record.
Yep.
No, that's
Vegas
an injury
would
report.
not accept that answer.
Nope,
so.
sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so that was a big game, and obviously the Cowboys.
Well, hang on. Before we go to the Cowboys.
Why do you keep saying before? Hold on.
No,
Can
no,
we get off
no.
this game?
Because we're talking about, this is important. These are upsets, right?
I wouldn't call this an
No,
upset.
no, not the Cowboys.
Chiefs
You
were
even talk
favored
about-
in that game.
I wouldn't call Kansas City.
It was an upset. Chiefs were
Chiefs
favored.
were
they lost.
Chiefs were
favored,
favored,
but I
but
wouldn't
We
call
picked it.
It's
there
a
was-
division
but
game.
let's not
It's not really an
overlook. There was
upset.
an upset today, though.
Miami
Oh
was
my
an upset.
goodness, the Niners. What happened to your Niners
Oh,
today?
good Lord. I
I
have
heard
no idea.
Janine Garofalo got benched.
He did
He
get
did.
benched, I think, in the second quarter. They were already down 3 scores going into the second quarter.
What's wrong?
Yeah, it was
You
bad.
did all that just so you could call his quarterback Janine Garoppolo.
I've been
I know.
saying
I've
that.
worked-
They
I'm
do,
waiting
most
for
people
it.
don't even know who that is.
No.
Yeah, really.
Go on TikTok. and
Google.
find out who-
Good, don't.
He's so old.
I'm so old. I know Janine
Garoppolo.
Whatever. The Niners suck.
Well, Fitzpatrick had a great, he had like a career day today.
Yeah, he did.
350 yards passing, just about, or whatever. and-
Hey, he'll do that.
Yep.
It's just like that girlfriend that gets on your nerves, and then every now and then you come home, she'll cook your great meal.
Today
You
was
trying to tell us something?
Says the man who has been married a couple times.
I don't know what you're talking about. That made no sense to me whatsoever. I love you, Amy.
No, seriously.
A good analogy.
Yeah,
It was an analogy.
Fitzpatrick, he'll do that, man. He'll just have this great game, 2 or 3 times a year. Obviously, he just is not consistent enough to be a starter here in this league. They try to start him, and he consistently loses his job. He's tied for the record for the most teams played with in the NFL. And I don't know, man. Miami just never seems to really get it together lately.
They got it together today.
They got it together today.
And I think earlier in the season, we were talking about Miami a little bit, and I gave them a lot more credit than what the last couple of weeks had shown. But after this, well, maybe there's some merit to it. Maybe
They're
I was
always a
onto something
scrappy little team.
Yeah.
And they're always ready to fight. Fitzpatrick might be playing just for the fact that he's got Tua sitting looking over his shoulder. That might be some incentive too.
I had them finishing
who
2
knows?
in that division.
I think
So
he knows. He knows he knows. He's just paving the way for.
He's
Tua.
been on all the teams
He
he's
knows.
been on. Yeah, it's
He's a
nothing
bridge.
new.
He's
And
a
I've heard
bridge.
that
Nobody's signing him to no multi-year contract
Uh,
anytime soon.
They've talked about that he has a very good. Well, this is through the telecast and stuff, but a very good relationship with Tua, and he's mentoring him. Knows he's just getting him ready. And that's actually he's
collecting
accepted his
check.
role.
That's what you say when you want to keep
Well-
collecting a check, right?
Well, he's also been playing with all those other defenses for all those years for the different
Yeah.
teams, so
That's
he's
true.
got a little leg.
Yeah, he's saying all the right things, and he needs to because at his age, if you can keep getting a check and keep getting a year contract or whatever, that's great. And I wish him the best because he's a well-loved guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems like a great dude. He's a great personality. I like Fitzpatrick personally.
But you said at his age. I mean, how long has he been in the league?
He's been around a long, man.
Roethlisberger's been in it for 17 years.
Roethlisberger's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. We're talking about apples and oranges here,
But
okay?
he's still 105 years old.
Hey, you know what? Why don't you just be quiet? Don't talk the rest of the show. How about that?
Well, the rest of the games today was really no big surprises, really. Go ahead.
He cut me off.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was talking about the
Cowboys
winning their first game, or in a while.
In a while.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of the year. Their first
How
game in a
soon
while.
they forget?
Yeah.
At a high cost.
It was a very high
Yeah.
cost.
And
32 people are diagnosed with breast
we
cancer.
still give
You
you.
know-
In case you didn't know.
In case you didn't know.
Okay, that's our stat of the week. Anyway,
We partner with
it is
30. Yeah, that's
very
quite the
costly.
stat.
very, very costly win for Dallas. However, we talked about Andy Dalton was a starting quarterback. We don't know what the impact's going to be. Crazy thing is, my Steelers beat the Eagles today. So Dallas,
Barely.
They did squeak
Don't
that
start.
one out. Yes.
they didn't squeak it out. How did they squeak it out? They won by 9 points.
Yeah, that last touchdown was a walk-in. Kind of gave me at the end.
Oh
That's
my
all.
gosh! Stop!
Well,
stop.
yeah, like we said this last week.
Right.
You hand it to Pittsburgh. They're beating teams that they're favored to win, and not a lot of teams are. Not all teams have been doing
Right.
that of late. Dallas certainly has not.
Right.
So, 4-0, and there's tougher games ahead, right? And actually, that sets it up quite nicely with Cleveland.
It really does.
Mike winning
It
today.
really, really does.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Because
Cleveland's got more wins than their 4 opponents combined. How you like them apples? He ain't got nothing to say. Look at that.
Yeah, well, we gonna do the whole show.
Ugh.
But
Okay,
that- but-
so anyway,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Pittsburgh's 4-0,
Mhm.
but missing a game.
Right.
So, and in a sense,
Forced bye week.
right.
Yeah.
So in a sense,
Mhm.
it's almost like a 2-way tie. You want to be honest, or a 3-way tie.
3-way tie.
You want to be honest about it.
Yeah.
So this is going to be great next
So
week.
he's just saying that they were gonna lose to Tennessee, so it should be a 3-way tie.
Would you like to make another bet? Because obviously you didn't get cold enough last year. I'd be more than happy to oblige you again.
There we go.
So wait a
See,
minute.
Now the stakes are
this
high.
is getting interesting. Am I hearing some type of a wager?
I'm throwing the
For
gauntlet
next
down, baby.
Uh-oh, here we
game?
go.
Wacky wager.
I'm throwing it down.
All right.
What's a wacky wager? Tell us about that, Coop.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, thanks. Wacky wager. If you watched the show and followed us from last season, you saw Skinner on the side of the road with a sign soliciting dollar bills to. Basically, he was being embarrassed and shamed for having to wear a Steelers jersey.
Now, interesting fact there too, by the way. I'm sorry, the segue.
Oh, that's all right.
Skinner earned more on that wacky wager last year than any of us have earned doing this show combined.
That's
I don't
right.
know.
Which is the truth.
You got a raise.
Paid.
You got a raise last year. That's
Really?
right.
I've been
Yeah,
getting
you just
paid.
got- we should
Which I
all be
think was
standing on the side of the road.
It was $2 by a young couple that felt sorry for me.
Y'all better call HR.
So-
There you go. There's a stat for you. Sorry. Go ahead,
that's
please.
fine. I just wanted to let the people know that if you actually want to participate in this monstrosity with us, I almost said something I shouldn't. If you want to be a part of this shoot show we've got going on here, send us a either you can challenge one of the hosts here with a head-to-head game if you happen to be a fan of a team that's playing one of our teams, or if you have somebody else, a friend that you guys have a wager on and you want to make it something that we can use as a part of our show. Sky's the limit. We want to have some fun with this. We don't want to get anybody in trouble, but you could do some fun stuff like we did with Mike in the Steeler jersey. Tune in next week. You'll see me repaying a bet that I lost. But we're going to up the ante a little bit, and we're going to give the winner of the bet a reality football T-shirt. So loser is going to have to pay the price for whatever the penance that you guys decide. Make it public. Share your videos with us showing, this is a wacky wager with the hashtag realityfootball1. And we'll put that video out there. We'll show it, show what happens. Send you a T-shirt.
And the loser gets 2 T-shirts.
The loser has to come on the show and fill in.
That was great. What's up, man?
I'm game. It's Browns Steelers week. I mean, they both won today, so it's now.
I stalled long enough to
officially-
give you to come up with
okay,
something.
I know. Right,
officially
right.
Steelers Browns week.
What do we got back? What do you come on? Let's do it.
Why don't we just? I'll wear Steelers shirt on the show next week or the next week.
Oh, come on.
No,
that's
we
boring.
gotta be
You
more
gotta step up
embarrassing
to
than
it.
that. I want to
got you.
embarrass you.
If I've got to wear a dress to this
Right.
live
Yeah, that's
broadcast
true,
next
that's
week,
true.
somebody's.
I don't know. Let's get back to that before the end of the show. We'll figure out
All
what
right,
that
yeah,
wacky
fair
wager will
enough.
be.
Fair enough. fair
Take a
enough.
break and
Now,
figure it
there
out.
has been some weird Steeler. You mentioned the jersey. It's kind of funny. So there has been some weird Pittsburgh
Nice.
mojo happening
Yeah,
here. So,
so
Skinner,
you
you
know what?
ordered an actual jersey.
Okay,
a
hang on.
Montana jersey.
Let me do
Go
this
ahead.
real quick.
All right.
You don't do
This-
nothing real quick.
This is where, right? This is where he decided he was gonna just offer that up. Like, I'll wear a Steeler jersey. No, this chucklehead is excited because he ordered this Joe Montana jersey. We thought he was gonna get the Joe Montana one or something, from some like knockoff Chinese website
Yeah.
he ordered it from. But gets the jersey, shows us a picture of it. You want to tell him what this jersey was?
Yeah, I ordered my vintage, John Montana San Francisco 49ers jersey, and I opened it up, and would you believe it was a freaking Terry Bradshaw jersey? So I checked my email.
I love it.
I checked the email from the seller that sent it to me, and he's like, "I am so sorry, I sent you the wrong jersey."
You think?
Yeah, think. So he's making it right, but I was supposed to have the jersey
How do you
for
make
tonight's
that
show.
right?
You can't make it right.
I love
Other
it.
than you just have to laugh
I
about
wish
it.
Mikey would have been sitting there with you when you opened it. That would have been
That would have
great.
only made it. That's the only thing that would have made that better.
Do you have to send the Bradshaw back, or are you going to try to wear it on the show?
No,
for the...
no, I wasn't.
We
keeping
got to
that
do something
jersey.
better than that. So
I wasn't keeping that
it's
jersey.
going to be a great game.
Now, could you spell cat?
C
Very funny. Now,
A.
Browns obviously looking good. Running game outstanding. Lost Nick Chubb. Still, you got
Right.
Kareem Hunt. OBJ finally looking like OBJ.
Only had one reception today, but yeah, he's finally starting to do some things that he's
Right.
supposed to be doing.
Steelers, man, they got a rookie coming into his home at Claypool. 4 touchdowns today. This kid is exciting. He's huge. And I'm telling you, man, with him and Juju and Washington, they're going to have it going on. It's going to be a great game.
It is. It is. T.J. Watt got dinged up today, and I'm wondering if that's going to be something that's going to keep him on the sidelines, or
Gosh, I hope not.
if it's something that he's going to just shake off and he'll be okay next week. But yeah, there was I forget when it was later in the game. He seemed to be a little bit nicked up, but it is going to be a good game.
And Cleveland again, we talked about this already, but the it's just a different feel.
They
So
have
they've finally seen again that leadership there, and
They have
people
a
seem to
coaching
be
staff.
buying into it,
Mhm.
and they're just doing what it takes to win.
right.
It's hopefully it continues. It's we like the local team to be doing
I
well.
want to see, like I said before, I really do want Cleveland to do well all the way up to the very end, because it just makes it that much more sweet when they get dashed onto the rocks at the very last
Terrible, terrible.
Oh, listen. Steelers, guess who they waived just recently? JT Barrett. I was looking forward to that. For the practice
We
squad.
were just who was I talking to about that? It was J.T. Barrett. Well, it was one of you guys, but we were wondering where they were.
A little close to all of our hearts, Ohio
Yeah.
State. So,
Right.
but
Yeah.
anyway. Okay, so Steelers Browns next week. We'll think of something. Next segment. Other key games today. I wouldn't call them key, but they were some
there?
games. Who else played today, Skinner?
Pretty much where it went to. Panthers obliterated Atlanta, which we expected. What was that score on that game?
23-16.
23-16.
Yeah.
So it wasn't obliterated, but the game really wasn't close.
No,
Atlanta
Atlanta
wasn't in it
sucks.
from the very beginning.
Atlanta sucks.
I think they were up 7-0, and then they didn't score.
Atlanta
anyways.
is the 2020 version of last year's Dolphins. They're just.
It
Who
is-
was their backup? Do you have any idea who Atlanta's backup is
I-
behind Matt Ryan?
Don't know.
I don't know that it's Matt Ryan losing the games though either.
It's not.
Yeah.
I think that he just does not have a cast around him. That's his
Yeah.
problem.
Well, you brought that up. We're talking about the Cowboys getting Andy Dalton, and it just shows you that Cincinnati it wasn't Dalton in Cincinnati.
It was Dalton a little bit.
Eh,
I mean, he threw a lot of picks.
well,
He
but
blew a lot of games.
he might have thrown some interceptions down the line, but if they've got Burrows now and they still they lost, they had 3 points, so they didn't even get in the end zone today.
They looked like a high school team versus a professional team.
So
today
there
against
are other
Baltimore.
problems
Yeah.
in Cincinnati besides just that
Oh,
QB
God,
slot.
yeah.
There is. There is.
Oh yeah,
So-
nobody would deny that.
I just don't want to see the Bengals ending up in the same scenario that the Browns ended up in, where you finish with such a poor record. You got that high draft pick. You take a quarterback. You get somebody that comes in there with all this acclimate. Everybody's like hyping, and then they get nowhere. So they trade it off, and next thing you know, you've got a revolving door of quarterbacks. Is that going to happen in Cincinnati?
Well, I did watch some of the
No.
Cincinnati game today, and Burrow was on the ground. That pass rush was
God, look at they
relentless
played.
today.
They look like a team who's been ticked off since the Kansas
Right.
City game.
Right.
So.
Baltimore, there was 4 or 5 sacks on Burrow.
Texans won today, first game.
They did.
We didn't mention the firing of their head coach.
O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien, yeah.
Bill O'Brien got fired last week. Weird situation because Bill O'Brien, as a coach, is a really, really good head coach. He was an outstanding coordinator with the Patriots, and he won that division like the first, 7 years or something there. Bill O'Brien did not get fired. The coach didn't get fired. Bill O'Brien, the GM, got fired.
Right.
Unfortunately, you're the same person, so boom. It would have been nice if they could have just said you're not the GM anymore and brought in one, but circumstances didn't let that happen. As the GM, you let Jadeveon Clowney go. You let DeAndre Hopkins go, who had a monster game with the Cardinals
And
today,
you know-
130 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're losing every single game. So that just didn't look good.
I don't get why guys want to take on that much responsibility.
I don't either. I don't want to
It's
do
just
it.
the coaching
That-
alone has got
that
to
to
be.
me is what you call a control issue right there.
And do you know who took over as the interim coach for Texans?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Our boy who was also a Patriots coordinator, a former Browns head coach.
Mr. Romeo Cornell.
He's
Yeah.
the oldest coach
And
in
he can't sit
history.
72 years old, and he won a
Yeah.
game
Really?
today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
72
There you go.
years old today. Well,
And that's
as
interesting.
of
His first
today.
game, and they win, and they win big. Of course, they played the Jaguars, but you know, That's not saying much.
Almost as old as Roethlisberger, right, Coop?
Almost.
Almost.
There you go. See, you bring it right back around.
Okay,
it right
Rams
back
beat the
around.
Washington. No surprises there.
Yep.
No, none.
No,
Nobody
but
had a
you know
good
the
game.
Rams. I like to point out they have just kind of rolled through that whole NFC division too. So
Yeah.
How many
they're-
quarterbacks did Washington go through today? There's 2 or 3 because I know
Well, they benched. Well, Haskins wasn't even active today.
he wasn't even active. I
And then
know.
their starting kid, he got hurt, and then they brought back in
Smith.
Smith, first time
and
since.
he got hurt.
Yeah, did he get hurt
He,
again?
he got hurt, I
Wow.
think, and they had to
No.
bring in their third string, whoever that was.
some
Well,
Whoever
some-
suited
some
up
guy
for
named
third.
Duck.
So,
They only had 2 quarterbacks active today.
okay,
So,
maybe I'm thinking of something else, but
But still, yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
because
Mm.
Alex
Otherwise he-
Smith actually got
otherwise-
to play today.
Otherwise, he got hurt again. That's too bad. I hope he's okay.
Okay, and right now, currently, the Vikings are up on the Seahawks by a touchdown, but who knows where that's going to go. Certainly, Seattle has looked like one of the better teams in the league. They got some defensive issues, and maybe the Vikings will get their first win of the season. Who knows? All right, that's it for our football.
That's
Well,
it for
That's it for
football,
that
huh?
section, anyways.
Well,
right?
we'll do a quick recap, by the way. Predictions last week, guys. So you mentioned all the individual videos everybody's shooting, which are great. You know, we're trying to be creative with those.
Trying
If you
out,
did not
you know.
see me and Skinner's Dallas Cowboy Rags video, check it out on our page. It's hilarious. Picking up a lot of traction. It is pretty funny. Tick these guys off. My girlfriend hasn't talked to me in days, but it was worth it. It was good. It
was a good time.
Which is normal, but it happened to be about this video this time. Is that what you were
Yeah,
saying?
right.
She's probably saying the same thing you were saying. You know, sometimes there is a good day.
I did
So
get a
we-
call. I had a call from the office about that one too. Evidently, I shouldn't be posting my meetings online like that.
Yeah. So week 4 predictions last week, by the way. So Coop, I edged you out. I was 11-4 last week. We only Steelers and Titans were postponed, so we all picked 15 games. I just kind of threw that one out, of course. I was 11-4. Coop, you were 10-5. Keith 8-7. Skinner 9-6, and the Emperor was 6-9. So, and then we'll talk more about the schedule and impacts and COVID impacts in the next segment.
Can we get a total? See where we are next week.
I will do that. I intended to do it today. I just ran out of
Okay.
time, but we'll tally it up.
All
Absolutely.
right,
Let's take a break.
we're back.
We'll be back.
1, 2, 3, get better.